Hello there, welcome to Inquiring Minds. My name is Doug and I'm back with another shorty video. Today's short subject is swapping the nibs on an X159 Jinhao. If you didn't buy one of the very first Jinhao X159 model fountain pens, you may not be aware that Jinhao has made a substantial change to the nib units. There was no version number change to announce that the new nib units are not backward compatible with the first generation of X159s. This means that if you have a first generation X159 and purchased a new medium nib like this one, those new nib units will not fit into your pen. However, you can swap out the nib and use the old nib unit, and I'll show you how to do that right now. And this goes for the Jinhao 9019 as well, which came out originally with the second generation nib units. But this is my first generation X159, and it has a number 8 size fine nib unit. So the first thing you need to do is remove the cartridge converter. I'm going to unscrew the unit so you can see the difference between these two units. You can see that the threading is completely different. So this new medium unit will not go into the old section because the threads are different. But that doesn't mean you're out of luck. You can actually pull the old nib out and use the new nib with the old unit, and I'll show you how to do that. After you've taken the converter out, if you have taken the nib unit out, put it back in the section and replace the section back into the barrel. That'll give you some leverage to pull this nib. Get yourself some black matting, rubber matting, or a rubber band, and grab the nib by the shoulders, push your knuckles together, and pull. If this is the first time you've pulled the nib, it might not want to come out. In that case, unscrew the nib unit from the section. Put the nib unit in a glass of distilled water and a drop of Dawn dish soap or any kind of liquid dish soap, and let it soak overnight. Then rinse it thoroughly and then try the process again. Put it back into the pen, grab your rubber mat, grab it by the shoulders, push your knuckles together for leverage, and pull. Then you can put your old nib aside, but that old nib collar, nib unit is still in your pen. Now you have to use the same technique, and I use 2 rubber bands here because you can't use a pen for leverage, and you pull the new nib out of the new nib unit using the same technique. You can use the same feed as they are identical, or you can use the new feed. Line the nib and the feed up so that the nib and the feed are just about there, like that. I like to grab the nib and the feed by the top and the bottom at this point and push it into the section. Then I use the rubber mat to push it all the way in so it seats completely. You have the new medium nib in the old nib unit. Replace the converter, and you're ready to go. I'm happy to see the new number 8 steel nib from Jinhao in the medium size. However, all of the new medium number 8 nibs I've seen on the X59 and on the 9019 pens have had baby's bottom and needed to be fixed. If you don't know how to fix baby's bottom on a nib, you can click right up here to see a video I did on how to accomplish that with some micromesh. And there you have it. Thanks for watching.
I made this.